Hello everyone and welcome back to your favourite Formula 1 series on all of YouTube. And you join me here at round 6 in Monte Carlo. And well, if you enjoy this series then feel free to do what you guys do best. Subscribe, like, comment what you think of this series and any suggestions you might have. It is always greatly appreciated, the feedback that I get, as you're about to see. Some feedback I got on the last few episodes is, could we have a quick recap of the season so far? Or at least the championship standings. So here you are, Eddie Irvine being the man to beat, with a 30-point lead over his teammate Michael Schumacher. And the Ferraris seem to have the superior car at the moment. As anyone who's watched the first 5 episodes of this series will know, that the combination of Irvine and Ferrari has just been unbeatable, which, I mean, if you know F1, you know that that's really strange, considering as well that McLaren had the faster car in 1998. But I mean, I like it when things spice up, and I'm sure you guys do as well. And yeah, you're going to find out that this race was no different. It was chaos from start to finish, and yeah, that's saying a lot for Monaco as well, which usually is a bore fest. It doesn't really provide that much good racing, but I think with these cars being narrower and a bit harder to control, it actually makes the racing a lot better. And with minimal aero, minimal dirty air, and yeah, I think you guys will enjoy this episode. It was a lot of fun to record, and yeah, let's get into qualifying. Well, it's time for the most chaotic part of the entire Monaco weekend, it seems. Qualifying. And, yeah, still going to have some issues, as you will find out in about a minute's time with qualifying. But here we go on our first lap then. Always going to be a bit of a banker lap, just be getting the car round, especially round here. Trying to find the limits, trying to find, you know, which lines are quickest, because I mean, in this car compared to the bog standard 2020 cars, you really can take so many different lines. But here we are on our second flying lap. As you can see, this final sector is where you need to send it the hardest, pretty much. And this is where we're going to gain the most time through there. Gained a bit of time, but this final corner especially, we gained so much time getting a really, really good exit, gaining nearly 3/10 out of that final corner. We're going to be 8/10 up as we come across the line to go second. A purple last sector as well, but just like Zandvoort, we're gonna have some troubles as we didn't make it to the line, which jumbles the whole grid up again, and we're gonna be starting last. let's go. Hello everyone and welcome back to the Formula 1 1998 season, brought to you by myself, Aaron Smith, from the commentary booth. And well, we're here for the proud and prestigious Monaco Grand Prix. All the boats and yachts lining up nicely on the harbour to witness the next 39 laps of absolute mayhem and carnage. And this is one of the most exciting races in the world. A very short track of only 2 miles, but a lot of tight and twisty corners, 19 in fact, going up the hill past turn 1, 2 and up to the casino, and then you come back down the hill again once you reach the Monaco tunnel and reach the bottom of the circuit right down at the Nouvelle Chicane, which catches drivers out every single year. We've seen it happen time and time again, and we will definitely find out today if it's going to catch any more drivers out. But qualifying was an absolute shambles, as it usually is in this championship. But so far this season, it's gone well for Ferrari. Well, Damon Hill on his redemption arc, starting out on pole with Marc Genet in second. Absolutely ridiculous, with Villeneuve in third, De La Rosa in fourth place. And then it comes Frentzen in fifth, Irvine in sixth, Coulthard seventh, Hakkinen eighth, Lacey ninth, Herbert 10th, Rosset 11th, Barrichello 12th, Verstappen 13th, Schumacher 14th, Magnussen 15th, other Schumacher 16th, Salo 17th, Fisichella 18th, Aaron Smith 19th, and Shinji Nakano takes up the last grid spot in 20th place. Let's go.
Now that we've got some points on the board, let's continue this form and aim for another top 10 finish.
Yeah, I echo the words of Jeff there. But don't worry, guys. I know qualifying can get quite annoying, and I have found a fix for it. I can't change the qualifying format mid-season, which is kind of annoying, but I think I have a fix for it, which we will put in place next week. But we've got to move on now to the start of the races. 5 red lights. And we are underway here in Monte Carlo. Damon Hill, your pole sitter, getting a very, very good start, shooting off the line. And myself and my teammate getting a decent start as well, as we are fighting Nakano for last place. And we get all squirmy into turn one. We've actually lost a place to the Minardi. Probably our worst start of the season, losing a place. But don't you worry, we are going to try and get it back. We are a fighter on lap 1. We got to send it if we want any chance of getting in the points this race. We're going to send it. That was extremely close. Into turn 5, and now coming into the hairpin, we're going to go for a little bit of a cheeky move on our teammate, as we have really, really good pace here, as we found out in qualifying. Just obviously couldn't get the proper lap in without the game telling me to do one. But so far, we have made up a place on our teammates, but we've got to focus on the cars ahead now. I've put a lot of fuel in, which you might think is counterproductive, but on this game, running a higher engine mode versus how much weight you're carrying in fuel is basically negligible. So always running that higher engine mode is better. In real life, of course, it would be the opposite. You'd want to underfuel, but we don't have to abide by real life rules, as you'll see many, many times throughout this race. But we're going to send it round the outside of the last few corners on Salo. This will be a spectacular move. We get it all bumpy on that final corner. But with our rich mix and superior engine power, we just breeze past that arrows. And now we are up to 17th place. We've got a lot of work ahead of us. And our next target is the Jordan of Ralf Schumacher, who has been holding us up a treat this past few laps, and we have had an absolute enough. We're going to send it into the second to last corner, into Raskas, and around the final corner we come to emerge firmly ahead of the Jordan. And then we have Magnussen in our sights. We are really ploughing our way through this field right now. A lot better than Charles Leclerc did in 2019, as you will agree. And we send it, make a little bit of contact with Verstappen. And I'm not sure if that would have damaged our front wing or not. Might have been a tiny bit of damage, but I think we're okay. And now we just have to sit behind for a little bit. Only for a few corners, though, until we realise we're going to get held up. And we send it once again. But we haven't got the move done just yet. We go into the hairpin, screaming this V10 engine as we hit the rev limiter. Still side by side with Verstappen, but we have the inside line. And we gain another position up to 14th now. We're making good progress in this race. It's Baricello in front of us now. The two Brazilians holding us up an absolute treat. And we're going to have to do something drastic if we want to get past them, which is what do you got to do around Monaco? You just got to make the moves quickly and efficiently, as Barrichello gets a bad exit off turn 1. And we are going to use this as an opportunity to sneak it up into 13th place, and we just have his other Brazilian in front, Ricardo Rosset. There is a yellow flag out, not sure what for, couldn't quite see anything, but we're going to go for an opportunity into the swimming pool chicane. He taps us on the rear a little bit, but we come away unscathed just about. And now we've got the two Saubers ahead of us, which we know this season they have been fairly quick, but Herbert getting all squirmy on that exit, and that's definitely given us front wing damage. You can see we are missing part of our front wing on the front right as we get another tap from Herbert. And yeah, there you go. There's Jeff telling me that we do have front wing damage, and we're just going to have to deal with it then until we can come in for our stop, which is going to hamper us a lot, as we're going to have to change that front wing. As well, you need the downforce around this track, but on a Lacey we're trying to do the same move what we did to Solo, but they come into the pits anyway, and we don't have to worry about overtaking them, as we gain quite a lot of positions from people pitting up to 6th now, making good progress here. We seem to always have a good strategy in this series, compared to the AI at least. And there's more evidence. Frentzen coming in on lap 11, and Coulthard as well, so we're going to move up to 4th place. We really are making some good progress here, aren't we? And, well, I'm not complaining. And I think I might also have to turn the difficulty up the next race, just to make it a little bit more challenging, as I think I mentioned that earlier on. But then your race leader, Schumacher, comes in for his stop. He started 14th. He has made some astounding progress this race. And we'll see what he can do. He's setting fastest laps at the moment, but there's a yellow flag. I think that's coming up to the swimming pool section, and there seems to be multiple cars. Yes, there's a safety car out, and we're going to have a look. It's one of the Saubers. I think this is a Lacey, who gets it very squirrely there. And yeah, that would be a safety car 100%, but there's Rosset! Oh my lord! Rosset just completely ran into him with no regard for, well, him being there. And if any of you have seen the Spa 1998 crash, well, it's kind of like that. Rosset just didn't see anything and just drove into him. But we come in for our stop then. It gives us a good opportunity to change this damaged front wing, and it's going to save us a bit of time in the grand scheme of things, but we're still going to drop behind some of the cars that realistically we should be ahead of. And yeah, we're going to drop behind the Minardi of Genet, which is really annoying. But still in the points, though. The safety car definitely has helped us. And had we not come in during the safety car, I think we would have come behind Barrichello, I think. But we've used it to our advantage, and well, we've got some cars ahead of us that I think we can definitely challenge, but I'm not sure about the front runners, as we get a really bad restart around the final corner, which you can see Hakkinen just shooting off into the distance. But I think we have decent pace around here. As you guys saw in qualifying, we had some really good pace, setting purple last sectors. But we can hope that Genet maybe holds Hakkinen up, which, as you can see, he definitely is. And coming into the swimming pool, Hakkinen's really slow, so we're going to send it down the inside. We leave him the space, but he crashes into us. He crashes into our left rear, and that's another safety car coming out. And this is a replay from Hakkinen's POV. I definitely left him room. I don't think I did anything wrong there, but if you guys disagree, then feel free to let me know. And we got a 5-second penalty because of it as well, which is absolutely huge around a circuit like this. And of course, we don't have to pit again, so we're just going to have to firm it until the end of the race and try and pull a gap out to the cars behind. But first we have to dispose of Genet, who has been a pain in my backside this entire time, and I think he will be a relatively easy overtake, and yeah, we should probably get him in absolutely no time. As we move on to the lap afterwards, then going into turn 1, putting it up in rich mix, and look at the superior speed we have. Even though we're running a very, very high downforce setup compared to the AI, we zoom it round the outside of the casino. And that was a fairly good overtake, especially for Monaco as well. And yeah, that V10 engine screaming once again as we head into the end of the first sector. And our next target as well, Villeneuve. Oddly, the Williams have not been good on pace, as Villeneuve gets it completely wrong coming out of the casino square. And we use that as an opportunity to sneak it up the inside. And we now promote ourselves into 5th place, which I think is relatively where we should finish. And that's a VSC. I wonder what's happened behind this. I'm not sure 100%. That's Genet again, I think. Genet has not had a good start to the season. Coming around the final corner, Oh dear, that was very awkward. Yeah, just 2 cars going side by side through there is not ideal. let's be honest. Even though we have done it a few times in this race, we've avoided a crash, so why can't the AI do it? But we're going to get restarted here with not many laps to go then, coming towards the end of this race, lap 33 out of 39. And we're keeping touch with the front runners, but it has to be said that Hill is holding them up slightly, as Schumacher, who is in the lead, is storming away, as you can see on the mini-map. Yeah, another fastest lap for Schumacher, who's won this race, but a well-deserved victory from him. But as you can see, we have just about run out of fuel, and I completely forgot about this, and we're only just... Will we finish ahead of Villeneuve? I'm not sure. Did we? No, we just missed out, no! We ran out of fuel on the line! Oh, for God's sake, Aaron!
Great effort there from Ferrari to take the victory today. Tell me, Ant, how did they manage to achieve this win?
It was a question of right place, right time today. We were looking at an entirely different race before the safety car came out, but they were able to take full advantage after the field had been bunched up.
Ferrari are at it again, an excellent performance at today's Grand Prix, and they're certainly a team that know what they're doing out there.
I don't even have any words. we just about yeah. I mean that's yeah. that was my bad. I left it on Rich. I thought we could make it to the end on Rich, but we were just 1 corner too short and I didn't pay attention to it, so yeah, that's cost us 2 points, which, you know, in the grand scheme of things is not going to be much, but it's still, you know, every point counts in this sport, and yeah, just unfortunate. But we had really good pace round here, and maybe had qualifying gone well, we could have maybe even gotten a podium, because we know how difficult it is to overtake around this track, and it was very much a possibility. And well, yeah, as I said before, I think I have a fix for the qualifying next time out, which I will put into place, and hopefully it'll work. But I can understand that it's not fun watching me, you know, come from last every single race, and it's not fun for me either. It's entertaining, I guess, but you know, you'd like to see it be a bit more realistic. But it's still a good result. P6 from last, I'll take it. But yeah, it's been really fun doing this series. I absolutely love doing it, and I hope you guys enjoyed too. Be sure to subscribe. I've been Aaron Smith, and I'll see you next time.